Good evening. My name is Elvire Theron, and I am from my wellness coaching program. And this is session 7 already. Like you can recall, last week I said I would end, but then suddenly I had this brainwave coming. Why don't you continue and cover the different areas in the wheel of life and then bring people on board to share their experiences and just to speak and inspire us. And I am so excited because I have very special guests tonight with me, which I'll introduce right now. But I would like you to get a notebook and a pen ready because I believe we're going to have some valuable stuff that is coming up. I was getting so excited tonight, and I said to my friend after the session, I'll probably start to exercise because whenever you come with like-minded people together, you know, anything can happen. And that's exactly what you and me need tonight is somebody that can just inspire us a bit and just push us a little bit in the right direction. And this is the time to live your best life now. And living your best life, it includes different areas. Like in the wheel of life, we have different setups. For instance, the family is one of the areas that you need to look at. How can you grow in your family area, in your friendships, in your relationships, in business and finance, health and fitness, in your personal development, in your relationship with God? How can you grow? So those program is all about grow, and it's an initiative coming from the book that I wrote, Let's Grow. And it's a practical manual. And I said to the people, if you don't have it, kindly send your email address and I'll send it to you as a free ebook for this time. But let's get to it, and let me introduce Alison Leah from Cape Town and Antonomia Matthews from Pretoria. I'm super excited, and I just want to welcome you on board, and I'll give you each a chance just to introduce yourself. Antonomia, you can kindly introduce yourself. Welcome.
Thanks. Thank you so much. I first just like to thank our beautiful host for inviting us to this event or this live screening. So I'm so grateful to be here just to share a bit about my own lifestyle. I'm Antonomia Matthews, and I live in Pretoria currently. And I actually grew up in the Vaal area. So, but I've been staying here for quite a long time. So I would just like to share a bit of my own life story. I first like to state it, I'm no professional coach, but I've really just been enjoying my lifestyle, and I'd like to share with everyone what I've been doing. So for 4 years, about 4 years ago, I was introduced to this lovely product, or this incredible product. And my husband came home one day, he was very sick, and the doctor said he's near a heart attack, his blood sugar levels and everything was just sky. And I said to him, well, just the day before someone to introduce me to this product, why don't we just try it out and see maybe it works? And starting there, we just started and we just started changing his lifestyle. His health dramatically increased. His health was, all of us as a family basically started loving this lifestyle. We had some diet changes in our health plans. We just decided to exercise together as family, eat healthier foods, just change our lifestyle. And my husband really, when he went back to
Wow.
the doctors were so impressed because his health restored so well. And for us, it's just been a journey. We take
Wow,
it
that's
every
amazing.
day, one day at a time. And we've seen that he's lost over 15 kilogram of healthy body fat over this about a few months because of his lifestyle changes. And we've just been loving being part of this incredible company and being part of this, having this product to our in our reach for us as a family. So that is my story. And for the past 4 years,
Yeah.
we've just been loving a healthy lifestyle, including our children. And we've just been teaching them also to love this healthy lifestyle.
That is amazing. Nomi, I can. She allowed me to also call her Nomi, so I'll go with that. Thank you just for that introduction. I just want Alison to also introduce herself. And before Alison does it, I want to welcome the viewers tonight. I can see there's a couple of people tuned in tonight with us. stay tuned, get a cup of coffee or tea, because your life is about to change on this program tonight. Alison, kindly introduce yourself.
Elvire, thank you so much. What a lovely platform to be able to share our stories, you know, and yeah, it's interesting because I just did a personal development talk on Tuesday about having the courage to find your purpose and find your voice. And, you know, it's just so amazing when you know, and to find your why as well, like what gets you up in the morning, you know, what makes you excited about life. And it's just such a great thing when you find it, because then you get that confidence to be able to share that with people. So my story is, I'm the old lady here. I'm 61 years old, and I came across this program that Nomi was talking about.
Amazing.
14 and a half years ago. But I grew up here in Cape Town. I'm from Cape Town. Very, very grateful and very privileged background. I grew up in a little suburb called Camps Bay, which is right on the sea. And it was like a little village back then. Today, it's quite a different thing. And we ran around the pavements barefoot, and, you know, our playground was the beach in the mountains. And my dad was a doctor. He was the local GP. And he was an amazing doctor. He was one of those old school guys that, you know, would go and visit all the patients in the morning in his car, and then go to the surgery.
Wow.
And he'd come home late at night, and we'd hardly see him. But then on weekends, we had his time when he wasn't on call. And I had to sit around the table with him. We were 4 siblings. And I was always the one that was interested in, you know, his patients and wellness and sickness, and, you know, like what was wrong with them, how do you make them better? And so it was always a passion of mine, and I wanted to be a doctor, but never actually did that. I matriculated very young, and the thought of having to dissect dead bodies was too much for me at 17 years old, and I just said, I can't do it. So I became a radiographer, which is taking x-rays, and, you know, it was something in the medical world, which was great. And that was, you know, that part of my professional life. I got married young at 23, my first child at 25. And then very sadly, when I was 39, my husband died of pancreatic cancer. My dad had actually died when I was 25 of colon cancer as well, being a doctor. But, you know, he did, I don't know, I think the nutritional advice in the medical world in those days wasn't that amazing. You know, it was all about the sick patient and fixing them with surgery or medicine. And looking at what you ate and what you drank and how much exercise you did and how much water you drank wasn't really, like, you know, in there. So it was something that I was very aware of. So there I was at 39, having lost my dad and my husband and 3 children. And, you know, I was very then focused, obviously, on staying healthy. So I had learned a lot through my husband's illness as well on how to, the difference that actually food could make to your body. And we actually kept him going for much longer than was expected. He had pancreatic cancer, which was quite a vicious one. And so it was always an interest of mine, and we supplemented with vitamins and, you know, enzymes and things like that. So I learned a lot about that. Anyway, and then he died. And then 8 years later, I came across this community that Nomi and I are in, which is Herbalife Nutrition. And I was very skeptical because, you know, I was really eating well, and I just thought, it's not going to make any difference to my life. I was 47. I was tired, stressed, trying to cope with 3 teenage kids at that stage. And I just thought, you know, well, you know, this is not for me. You know, this is for people who, I don't know, just don't know what to do with their lives. Yeah. But I eat healthy. Anyway, it took me about 2 months before I would try having my Herbalife shake for breakfast, which was what my coach suggested, because he said you're tired and you need the nutrients. You are eating healthy, but even your food is missing the nutrients that it should have, because of the farming methods and the grow, what we do. So that I heard that and I understood it, but it was just something that I still couldn't get it. Anyway, I got onto the lifestyle, started having this amazing healthy meal for breakfast, and then started to learn other things about food and nutrition and eating regular protein type meals throughout the day to keep my blood sugars even, because I used to have these dips all the time.
Yeah.
Energies. And yeah, 2 weeks later, I was going, well, I'm so sorry for being so negative and so skeptical, but I feel amazing. And
Wow.
that energy was just like this, like finding gold, because, and I felt happier. I was nicer to my kids. I wasn't so irritable. And I understood then that actually, supplementing like that, along with my healthy food, was actually a really good thing. And I wanted to exercise. Before that, I was just too exhausted to exercise. So I started exercising nicely. I shaped up. And I've been to a doctor once in 14 and a half years. I had a urinary tract infection and needed an antibiotic. Yeah. And
that's
for
amazing.
me, because I just like avoid hospitals and doctors and everything, even though I'm from that background, but it's because of, the experience, I just don't want to go there. So for me, it's really been an amazingly positive thing. My mum is on the program. She's 90. She does yoga and acroaerobics, and my kids are all now grown up. I've got 3 grown-up children and nearly 4 grandchildren. And yeah, here I am at 61, 62 this year, and I feel fantastic. I mean, I feel better than I probably was at 32. But so yeah, it's really been an amazing journey, and the community is beautiful as well because everyone's like-minded. We work a lot with mental health. Well, we're not mental people, but we acknowledge that your mindset is everything. Like if you've got a good positive mindset, and you talked about having your best life, Elvira, and we really try and teach our clients and our members and our community how important it is to think, to understand, how strong our thoughts are and how much they can affect our lives on a daily basis, So we really try and practice. We don't get it right all the time at all, but we try and practice really living with gratitude and, affirm every little great win that everyone does, and we celebrate them and we encourage. And so for me, it's about investing in my health and, understanding that that's what I choose to do. I used to want to save the world. Now I realize I can't, but you can just be an example, and hopefully other people are attracted to that and, want to know a little bit more. And even if I can teach someone that they need, how much water they need to drink every day, that's a win for me. Yeah.
That is amazing.
Opening. Yeah.
Yeah. That is amazing, Alison. Thank you for sharing that touching story with us. I would like to invite the viewers, if you have any question concerning health and fitness issues while we are going to talk, you can start to think about it already, and we'll try to end it at the end. So I'm just asking you to maybe get in tune. You are at the right program tonight. I think many times we watch all kinds of stuff and we tend to neglect this area. But if we take better care of our health, we are even going to live longer, So we are at the right platform tonight. I would like us to continue. I don't know if Naomi wants to say something and start sharing with us. How has this journey been for her thus far?
So for myself, this journey has really been incredible. I think when you see your husband's life, I don't think anyone wants to see their partner, like Ellie was sharing about her husband that passed on, and you get so worried when you see things like that. And when he came in, I think for me, that was like, why not try this? Let us see. We got nothing to lose. And amazingly, he was still doing everything the doctor said, but we, like Alison explained, we improved the nutrition, we improved just through our products, our life products, we just make sure that he get the proper nutrition that his body needed. And it's so amazing how we saw the results. And even for these products are not only for you as individuals, for adults, it's for everyone in the household. My kids love it. They can't wait. Yesterday, my box arrived with everything, and I couldn't wait to see what's in there so that they can also have some. And it helped them with concentration at school, for example, because they say it keeps them fuller for longer and they concentrate much better. So this product is for not only for adults, but it's for the whole family. And in this, we teach not only yourself, but you teach your children also to love this healthy lifestyle. And I think when we look at obesity, there's so many people that's overweight, and we really need to teach our generation to eat well. And I like Ellie said, we start one place, start with your own family and then pass it on others for others to see how you love your lifestyle. And that is so important for me. And I must say, my kids love it. And we try, like I said, we sometimes fail. There's sometimes that we don't do things proper, but we try to do it as far as possible and just enjoy this because it's a journey. Like I said to most of my people, it's a journey. It's not a race,
Yeah.
We take one day at a time and just enjoy what we have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
So
where does one start? Where does one start with all of this?
Kelly?
I was just thinking as you were saying now, Noam, when I think back and, as a mom of these three kids that were at school, my kids were 7, 10, and 13 when my husband died. And, we were reasonably healthy, and I used to pack the school lunches day after day after day. But, every time I went to the shops, then I would buy these, they always got a good sandwich and some fruit and actually generally water. They weren't sometimes like Oros or something, but I would always buy these like little strips of either little chippies or sweets or something, and then I'd put one in as a treat, and when I think about it now, I was like, why would I do that to my precious child? Why would I put this junk in my child's stomach, and body? And it's only since I've learned through this community and the amazing stuff that they've taught us is how you can make changes, and how you can substitute things. So it really upsets me when I go to the shops and I see these trolleys and the people pushing the trolleys. You can see, that money's not easy, but in the trolleys are chips and red, green, and orange cool drinks. And I know everyone's probably laughing and smiling now because it probably happens in their own household. And biscuits and sweeties and, all these processed sugary things that are just going to actually make you and your kids addicted to sugar. And the addiction of sugar is a really serious thing. They say it's worse than cocaine. So that could maybe be a start, Elvira, is to try and cut down on all the sugary, junky things in your cupboards and in your fridges, So just stop putting them in your trolley, and then they won't get in your cupboards and they won't get into your fridges. So, by all means, have a treat every now and then and use it as a treat. Don't feel too guilty about it. But on a daily basis, we really are damaging our bodies. The other little tip that I often, when I give a talk, I often say to people, if you had your 1-year-old child with you, baby, basically, before they can even walk, would you be feeding it what you're about to put in your mouth now? Or what you're about to order from, from the restaurant or whatever? And the answer is usually, are you crazy? Never, So why do we do that to ourselves? Why do we treat ourselves badly? So again, that's a mindset thing, like we were talking about before, like really honoring our own bodies and, I don't know, everybody's faith is different, but generally I think whatever you believe in, God wants us to honor our bodies like a temple, and we should really treat them like that. So, that could maybe help people when you reach out for the junk. And we're very balanced. We'll go and have a pizza, and I'll have a glass of wine, and I'd actually prefer the dark chocolate, but I'll have a one block, maybe two at a push every now and then. So it's not like these things are absolute taboo, never again, but it's prioritizing your health, I think, and really, I say when you go to the supermarket, go first to the veggies and the fruit section. Start putting things like that into your basket, And yeah, Naomi can share a lovely shopping list that we've got, which is a healthy but exciting shopping list that we have, that we give to our clients. And, it's full of colorful vegetables and fruit, and then some good proteins like eggs and chicken and fish. Maybe a lean red meat every now and then. I personally don't eat meat or chicken, so I eat fish and lots of vegetable protein. And then my Herbalife shakes do compensate for a lot of my protein as well. And then, things like maybe cottage cheese if you're okay with dairy. And, so we give a nice balance of things, and then you can mix it up. And it doesn't have to be expensive. Doesn't have to be, off the charts like that at all. Seeds and nuts and things like that are really great to put into your trolley. And maybe maybe we can share the shopping list with Elvire, and she can pop it on her Facebook page. That would be great.
That would be lovely.
Yeah, and then try and just don't put the juice. The juice is full of sugar, even if it says 100% juice. Okay, it's concentrated like grape and apple juice. So again, maybe as a little treat every now and then. But try and get your kids used to drinking water, and you can flavor the water with slices of oranges and naartjies and lemons and strawberries and mint and all that kind of thing. So we've got a lot of tips. And when, we also have obviously a community where we share a lot of this stuff. And in terms of exercise, I think do something that you love. Start off with that. Even if it's sticking the music like really loud and just dancing all night, that is fabulous. It's music.
That sounds great.
Yeah. So, or, do something that you love. Don't start running if you just can't bear running, Go walking with a friend, distance apart, obviously at this stage of our lives, this next few months with your mask, but, get out there, get into the fresh air, get the vitamin D from the sunlight onto your body and into your skin, and drink tons of water. You can average, 2 liters is like the sort of average minimum for an adult, and often more. If you weigh more, then you need more. So that's really good. And if it's cold now, you can do hot water. Okay, hot water with lemon or ginger or mint. Herbal tea bags is really great as well. We do have the most amazing tea, which we call our energy Vuma tea. So that helps us get through our days and makes us nice and warm. But and then practice a lot of mindset stuff, I think, in terms of being aware of what we've got and how precious our bodies are, and appreciating our bodies and the fact that we've got legs that can move. Then let's use them, or not everybody does. Instead of moaning about the fact that we have to go and exercise.
Yeah.
So, lots of gratitude is a good ingredient to put into wellness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how can you get your mind in the right space to actually start with this? Sometimes you just think you want to, but you actually don't get there.
Yes. I would want to say, for us particularly, we have a healthy community that we have started. And I think when you form part of a community, you're so encouraged by others. And yes, a lot of us sometimes we fall, but we always encourage keep going. And a lot of people get back on track because they see the next person doing it. So it's about helping each other in a community, reaching those goals, which whatever your goals are. And I think it's very important that people get together for whatever purposes and just work together. And yeah, I think each other, we encourage each other when we do things together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That
I
is
think when you've got
amazing.
a coach as well, it does help. You've got the community and then you've got your personal coach. Well, that's how it works with us, who is in touch with you whenever you need them. When you're feeling a little bit low or you're feeling unsure, then, it's always good to have, we're not even, as Novi said, we're not professionals at all, but we kind of hold each other accountable. So we call each other accountability partners as well. Because even
Mhm.
me, like 14 years down the line, I still need Naomi to kind of, inspire me, which she does, and all our other people in our community as well. So having an accountability partner is a really good thing, because then you kind of show
Mm.
up for each other. You get, okay, let's do this thing. For instance, like we've got a thing called a 5-day challenge, and then we ask if somebody wants to do one, we say, so please invite somebody to do it with you, because you need your accountability, and then they get somebody in with them. And, right, everything we do is online anyway. So it's amazing that, you can be connected. Both my daughters live in New Zealand, so they also my accountability partners. And
That's nice.
yeah, we
Wow,
connect from wherever there. Yeah.
that's amazing. So how did your lives change since you started with this healthy lifestyle? What is different?
I would say for myself, definitely my energy levels are much better. Especially when you have three boys. I'm a mom of three boys, ages 12, 9, and 6 years old. So they take a lot of my time. A lot of people always ask me, how do you manage? But I think also by making sure that my body get the right nutrition. As a mom, I think as moms, we are so busy and we always neglect ourselves. I know I always tell people I'm a very lazy eater, especially in the mornings. You prepare everything for everyone, and then you're the last one that have to eat. So I'd rather go without food. But since I found this nutrition, it's a shake on the go. So I prepare my meals and I prepare my shake, and as I drive to work, I have my shake, for example. Now, that's now before lockdown. But I mean, it's an easy type of meal that you can prepare, and you can even prepare it wherever you are. So yeah, for me, it just made my life much easier. And also, I get the right nutrition, especially seeing that breakfast is the most important meal of our day, and most of us really skip it. And like I said, for me, to sit and eat is quite something. So to have it,
Yes.
it's just for me much easier. Yes.
Yeah. That's amazing.
I was just
And
thinking, you asked as well, how do you get started? The other thing that we always, when somebody's interested, we always just ask them to sit down for a bit and just think about what their goals are, because once you've got something written down in terms of what do you want for yourself, what do you feel is maybe missing? I mean, I didn't even realize that my energy was missing. I just thought, you 47, you're going on for 50. That I'm sure you're supposed to be tired every afternoon. Now here I am 14 years later, thinking my word, and just I've been going flat out the whole day, and I still feel like it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I will go to sleep,
wow.
but I have to kind of really calm down and wind down and go to sleep. But so maybe to set down some goals, and really take note of the things you would love to change for yourself, and then we ask people to chat to us about them, and we go through them together, and we decide, like what's the most important thing. And it's not just about, I want great biceps or gorgeous
Mm.
legs, or it's not about that. It's more like inside, what do you
Yeah.
feel? Obviously people have got body goals, or we call them body confident goals. So it's not about being thin.
Mm.
I had a sister who was anorexic, and thin is not my word. Healthy and strong are my words, I would say. Healthy, strong, and happy, you know. So
Healthy, strong, and happy. Okay.
yeah, so, you know, and I think, you know, and some people, yeah, that might be like just what they want. I just want to be healthy and I want to be strong and I want to be happy, you know. How amazing. So you can start to take the steps towards that when you've got something that somebody really wants and desires. Yeah. And then the difference it's made for me is definitely, yeah, that energy, you know, and, you know, just that feeling of my immune system. So that's actually maybe a really good thing to mention, especially in this age that we've got right now this year with our global crisis. You know, your immune system is so, so important. And I've just prided myself on, not even prided myself, just being so appreciative of the fact that I have this strong immune system. I travel every year to New Zealand to see my kids, and I go to Europe as well on our Life events. And most people, when they go on these planes, on these long, long trips, they always pick up a bag and, you know, so far, you know, nothing for these years. And, you know, and I don't even think about it. I used to sort of touch wood, you know, that old fashioned thing, oh, I touch wood and I won't be sick. I don't do that anymore. So immune systems are really, really important. So for a strong immune system, you need, obesity is a big thing. So if anybody, if any of your listeners are overweight and are, you know, just when I say overweight, I mean when your body fat is too high, because we often incorrectly think that we have to lose weight. We have to lose body fat, because we must always remember also that muscle weighs twice that of fat for the same amount. Okay, so if I had this much fat and this much muscle, the muscle would weigh twice as much of it as the fat. Okay, so it's not about how much we weigh on a scale, it's about the size we are. So when you develop muscle, your body will shape up, you know, it'll shrink in. Until then you're a bodybuilder, and then you obviously build out, but with muscle. But we're talking about a regular person, that they'll shape up when their muscles get nice and toned, but they might not exactly lose that much weight actually on the scale. So we don't even talk about scales. So maybe that's one thing that we can think about is, you know, that we must just focus on how we feel and how our clothes feel. So obesity is really important in terms of immunity. Good rest. It's really important to get good sleep if you want to look after your immune system. It's really important to hydrate enough, as I said. So we've actually got a formula, which if anybody's listening out there, it's 0.035 multiplied by your kilograms of weight, how much you weigh. So 0.035, I know it's a funny number, but you can work out how much water you need in liters. Okay, but otherwise we'll, if you want to chat to us later, we'll chat to you about that, Elvire. But basically, you know, get enough hydration and get enough sleep, get your vitamins, all your multivitamins you need. And as I said, unfortunately, a lot of it's missing in our foods because of the farming methods and the storage and the artificial fertilizers, and, you know, they get picked too soon and then they're put into storage. So a lot of our nutrients are just missing in our food. So make sure you're getting your nutrients, and then stress. Stress is a huge factor in terms of your immune system. So the less stress you can have, the better.
That sounds great. That sounds great.
I also just saw Leah just posting that she's in a Coca-Cola addict. Well, I just want to share my husband, when he started, he was basically an addict also. And I remember we bought like 500 Rand or more of cold drinks every month, and it's Cokes. And there's one thing we cut off. We totally cut that out, and we invested in Life Shake, for example, and that really changed his life dramatically. I could see the sugar. There's so much sugar in Coke, in Coca-Cola in general. I mean, so and that we saw with that alone that his life already changed. So yeah, if you can cut
Yeah.
in that, the fizzy drinks and those things, the sugary stuff, it helps a lot.
Yeah. So Leah, there you have it. You should cut out the Coke. I think last night I was also with some friends that told me that they're addicted to Coke. I know my father has been addicted for many years, but thank God he's over it. So
Yeah.
now my daughter is suddenly saying, I want Coke. And I was like saying, oh, I don't want another story of this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anything else you would like to share? Let me
Um,
see.
I think I wish everybody the enlightenment maybe to if you are feeling that you need to take your wellness more seriously, is that you'll maybe think about it and investigate and inquire and ask the questions, so that you can take charge of your own life and be responsible for your life. And it's really an amazing thing when you change your life, how you can affect other people's as well. And obviously initially your own closest family, your kids, your siblings, your parents, your partner. And it's a really good feeling, when you can do that. And sometimes you can't, and because some people just don't want to, or somebody's, as you said, addicted to things like that. I've got the closest friends who, are on all sorts of medications. They know what I do, but they don't want to go there. And it breaks my heart because I can see that, there's sort of a heart attack waiting to happen. And there's nothing I can do about that. I can't change, you can't, you can, as I said, you can just be the example. But yeah, maybe if you're feeling like it's time that you maybe made a change, and don't expect too much of yourself initially. That's why it's so lovely to have your coach or your accountability partner or someone like that, so that can walk that journey with you. And they'll keep reminding you, you're doing great, and you don't expect miracles overnight. That's not about it. It's about developing healthy habits one by one, day by day, and then you have a eclipse and then you get back up again and, off you go. And just be patient and kind and loving to yourself like you would for anybody else. And just, maybe have those goals and set your vision for yourself ahead, and just start taking those first steps. And Naomi and I would be very happy to help anybody who wanted to.
Mm.
That is awesome. So what you're saying that we should have goals and a vision for our health and fitness specifically. So, so now that you are long in this, do you still look at your goals? Do you set higher goals every now and then? And what do you do when you achieve these goals? Uh, do you praise yourself? Is there any recognition? Tell me about that kind of a journey.
Well, for myself, for myself, basically, I think with most people, we reach a level and then you go back maybe and fall back in your habits. But like we say, explained, it's a lifestyle. So we just get up again and just do it again. And when you reach those goals as a community, we always encourage each other and we always reward in some form or acknowledge people in the achievement, and that's why community is so important because people, we can acknowledge one another and say, well done, you've come this far. But then there's also times when we go back to, living a lifestyle, maybe that's not on track, but you just get up and get going again. And I think that's the nice thing about this journey is that your mindset has been changed. So as much as you might not follow 100% again what you've learned, you know what's the right path. So you continue, get back on the wagon again and just continue again on your lifestyle. And I think that's been for me for the past 4 years, we've just been going back on the wagon and just making sure our lifestyles is is as good as possible. If that's the right word that I can say, yes. Yeah.
And Allison,
Yeah, I think, within our community, I think we have a lot of recognition and, yeah, obviously as I get older now, I've been through my menopause and everything as well, which is, I don't know if there's any listeners on here that are even vaguely near that stage of your life, but it's quite challenging. It can be quite challenging. But I must say the nutrition has really helped me. It wasn't as bad as some of my friends have had. So I'm really grateful for that, and I'm finished with it now, which is amazing. Um, and yeah, I think the recognition is really, really important, but recognize yourself first. I think I'm sort of maybe not really, I don't particularly need recognition from other people. But I do kind of acknowledge wherever I've come each day, and I have a quiet time and I think about it. I've got a journal. It's really good to have a journal. I'm sure, Vera, that you would recommend that with your work. Hey, it's really great to have a journal where you can write gratitude. You can write your acknowledgements. Focusing on the things that you did achieve rather than the things that you didn't achieve. Because sometimes we set ourselves very high expectations, and it's important not to let ourselves down in that. So when you do set those expectations for yourself, set them realistically. I think that that it's possible to get to. And as I said, I wouldn't put it down on how many kilos you want to weigh, or even, it is nice to know, like, I would like to fit into those jeans again, for example, if you're looking at weight loss. A lot of people are looking for weight gain, by the way, which we help with as well. But if you have got those favorite jeans that you can fit into, that's something like that is really nice to look forward to getting into. And then to share your goals with somebody so that they can guide you and support you and encourage you on the way as well. Yeah, we have monthly challenges as well in our community. So at the moment, our May challenge, we've actually got everybody chipped in a little bit, and we've got an awesome cash prize for the person who has had the greatest transformation and the greatest attitude, and yeah, just
Wow.
generally is like shining. Yeah, it's quite fun just to have a bit of fun with it as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you talk about we, Alison, maybe you can share who are we, and
Yeah.
yeah, maybe share. Yeah.
Well, that goes into our Herbalife community. I'm sort of the Omar of the community, put it that way, or the Mama Bear. So I have a team, a large team of other members who come into the Herbalife community with us. And some of them have become coaches like Naomi as well. Some of them are just sort of customer members. They just, buy their own products through their profiles and things like that. But they just love being part of the community as well. And we encourage anybody to be, and some people come in, most people actually just come in because, like Naomi, somebody needed a radical change in their life in terms of health. And some just were like me, like just tired and skeptical and said, oh, well, I'll drink one of these things. And then 2 weeks later, like, wow, I feel amazing. I never ever want to go back to feeling that horrible, murky, muddy feeling like I used to. And so, it just transforms my life from that point of view. And so, yeah, so I've developed a team of coaches, of coaches and members and customers and just people who just on a healthy path with us. And that's who we are basically. And everybody's welcome. And yeah, we have a Facebook group called My Healthy Community, and we have that's for people who are already using the product. And then we've got another one called Global Glow Getters, which is just, generally healthy tips. Then we do the odd little free challenge on it. And we put out little videos, every now and then. My daughter's a yoga teacher in New Zealand, so every now and then she'll do a little yoga class for people and they can follow her. We'll put out some nutritional tips, recipes, all that kind of thing as well, because I think, as somebody was saying, maybe a lot of people they want to be healthy, but they just don't know how to take that first step or what to cook for dinner. That's like a very real thing. It's sort of, my gosh, isn't it always just fish fingers or, I don't know what's for dinner, but burgers or pizza or, isn't that dinner? And no, actually, that's a treat, But, dinner is 3 colorful vegetables and a protein and, that kind of thing, and a complex carb. That's a good dinner. So, that's the kind of thing that we can teach on this global community as well, and help people just make better choices. I think that's often the problem as well. People just don't know what to choose, where do I go? So that is something that we offer as well as a free community for anybody who's not involved, obviously, elsewhere. We don't want to interfere with other people's way of doing things, but if anybody would like to, we can, Nomi, you can by all means invite Elvire onto that, and she can just have a little look. And we teach all sorts of things about your immune system, your digestive system. Digestive health is another whole, I could spend another hour there.
Wow. That sounds interesting. Yeah,
it's very, very important to have a healthy digestive system, because that is actually the crux of everything. Because everything gets absorbed into your cells of your body through your digestive system. So your nutrients that are going into your body need to get into your cells in the correct way, and they get through there through your intestines. So unless we have a healthy digestive system, the nutrients don't actually get out there and into your bloodstream and into your cells. So that's maybe a good subject to chat about.
What do you mean with healthy digestive system? Because
so just to be completely frank, in the Western world, probably about 80% of people suffer with constipation. And it's a very real subject, and we talk with our clients right from the beginning about it. And constipation is usually because of 3 things. People don't eat enough fiber, don't drink enough water, and they don't exercise enough. Okay, so if you can cover those 3 things well, you'll probably have a much healthier digestive system, which means that you will have, your intestines will be healthy, you won't be constipated, and then the nutrients, hopefully, if you are eating good food, then the nutrients of that good food will then be able to get absorbed into the rest of your body, into your cells, because your aim is that you want every cell in your body to be fed well, so that your hair grows well, your skin is good, your muscles are good, all your organs are looked after, and they all have to get nutrients, and they don't just sort of sink into your body, the nutrients, they come through our mouth. So what we eat, and that is a very real thing. So step number 1 is actually to look after your digestive system first. So we can even do like a cleansing program as well, which is really nice. Guide people on getting rid of all the toxic things that they were maybe eating. I've got one coach who's very straightforward. She lost 45 kilograms. She went from a very unconfident, shy. She had abusive background when she was little, and she was just huge. And she's completely transformed her life. She's nearly 60 now. But she'll come into your kitchen and she'll open your cupboards and your fridge and she'll say, right, out, 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 out. Take everything out.
Wow.
Say, right, if you want to get healthy with me, this is the deal, you know. So yeah, that's Carol Nomi, in case you
Yes.
didn't know. So she's amazing, and she has changed so many women's lives. It's incredible. But yeah, so it's a good idea to get
Yeah.
rid of the toxic stuff, and you can get the good, clean stuff in. Eating clean is a really good thing as well.
Yeah. What is the practical guide when you go for shopping? Sometimes we have these bad habits. If you're not really into a healthy lifestyle, you just go and fill up the trolley, and as you go, you see this thing, you put it in, and so on. So, what would you suggest? Do you think to write down the list beforehand and rather go with the list and see if your list is healthy? What do you suggest? Yeah.
I would think that is a great idea when you've made up your mind, this is what you're gonna go get in a shop, and you go shop exactly for that. Otherwise, it's so easy to just buy junk or buy anything that you see. I know at the stage we were doing with the ladies on our coaches, they were writing down all expenses to see where did their money go to. And it's so important because we can easily go in a shop and just buy it, and then you wonder where your money went to, you know. And I think that is actually a great idea also when you go shopping. Make sure that you buy the things that you really need, and then yeah, I think that's excellent idea to go shopping.
Hmm. What do you think, Alison?
Yeah, definitely a list. Um, I mean, you know, as I said, I think what I would say is like when you go into the supermarket, go first to the veggies and the fruits, and you know, it's all about what you're going to spend your money on. So think about like what's going to benefit my body the most, you know. So we can definitely share that shopping list that we've got with you if you would like. And
Yes, please.
yeah, so basically it's yeah, some fruits, some vegetables, and get everything that's in season so that it's you know as it hasn't been sitting in a storage. Well, the reality is it probably has been sitting in the storage even if it is in season. That's the truth, unless you're
Yeah.
buying from a farm stall and it's literally come from the farm. But a lot of the time, unfortunately, our foods have been sitting in cold storage. But but as far as you can, get things in season. You don't have to buy the export peaches from Israel, you know, in the middle of winter. You know, they probably won't be that full of nutrients anyway. So rather just buy seasonal fruits and vegetables, and yeah, and then I would make my way probably to some proteins, you know, some yogurt, some eggs, some fish, things like that. I use a lot of chickpeas and lentils, and I do a lot of like veggie curries, and um, I make my own like um, little patty things just with vegetables and grains, you know. Um, and then, yeah, and then once you've got your proteins, then a few like healthy carbs, and things like, I mean, your butternuts and your sweet potatoes, that's all obviously healthy carbs. Brown rice, try and go for brown rice, so brown basmati rice or normal rice. Some people don't like brown rice, but I promise you, if you cook it well, it's divine. And you can put onion and garlic in, and it's delicious. And then, yeah, and flavors. So don't go and buy, I hope nobody works for these companies, but anyway, don't go and buy the ready-made sauces and dressings and all those things. You know, use your own flavors with chili, lemons, ginger, garlic, peppers, things like that. You can make your food taste delicious. Olive oil, coconut oil, bit of vinegar, you know, all those things are absolutely perfect. And you can flavor up anything that way. Herbs, grow your own herbs, so that's easy. Even if you live in a flat, you can grow little pots of herbs. They're really easy.
Wow.
We've got a veggie garden of, you know, few things. We grow a few things, whatever we can. So yeah, I hope that helps. Then obviously, bread's not a sin, but bread can make a lot of people feel bloated, and that's a reality. Um, so, see how, listen, I think, yeah, maybe learn to listen to your body as well, what works for your body and what doesn't. Because you'll soon find out if things like bread is not good for your body. Um, but yeah, I eat a bit of bread. I try not to eat too much because I do get a bit bloated. So it's kind of a treat for me as well. Or I'll buy the gluten-free bread as well. And I keep it in the freezer and I just take out a slice at a time. And so it doesn't waste, because you don't want to waste food. Um, yeah, what else?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
I, yes, I would like to find out from Naomi, actually both of you, what's your next health goal? What is your goal that you're trying to reach, Naomi? What's next?
For me, well, you won't think so, but I actually want a flat tummy. A lot of people say when they look at me, they say you kidding. But my goal is with
Really?
this 30, we're doing a 30-day challenge, and my personal goal is to have a bit of abs and a bit of a flatter tummy. That's my
Okay.
personal goal. And my husband also, he gained a bit of belly fat again, so we just want to get it off again, get back to the basics. Yes.
When you talk about belly fat, it always
Say
feels
again,
like a
Skip.
mountain. I say, whenever you think about belly fat, it always feels like a
Yes,
mountain, and it feels like it's never going to go away. But I guess,
it's true.
it's bit by bit. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
It's actually
And
very, it's really,
Ellie,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I've also, mine is also my tummy. And really, I also have to obviously accept my age, but only to a point. I don't have to accept too much. So yeah, I also really want to firm up my tummy, and I just want to feel fitter. Unfortunately, I can't go up any hills at the moment because where I live, the 5 kilometers that we're allowed to walk has very slight hills, but I love the mountains. I grew up in the mountains, and so as soon as I can, I want to get back in there so that I can get that uphill fitness, because that's something completely different. Um, so yeah, I want to be able to do like a 2 or 3 hour hike with with ease, with not worrying about it at all. Um, yeah, I was just thinking, Naomi, we could invite we'd have to you'd have to message us privately, because we're not allowed to put it on social media, the access code for the Zoom that we have. If any, we have a free fitness class. I don't know if anyone would be interested in that, Elvira. On a Monday, then we get Friday morning at 8 o'clock on the Zoom. It's another part of our community, but people would have to, yeah, we could, if you could WhatsApp it to us or private messenger or something like that. If anybody is interested, and you've got our names here on, I can't see Facebook, by the way. I'm only looking at the
yeah.
Zoom.
There is people on, so
Okay.
they are. Yeah.
So you can always private message Naomi, and she will give you the details on how to get onto that if anybody would like to do the exercises. And it's a quite an intense exercise for about 30-35 minutes, and you'll sweat. But if you're brand new to exercise, you must just go very slowly and only do a little bit of what you can. No one's going to be pushing you, but it's a lot of fun. There's moms and kids and dads, and everybody's in the lounge or on the lawn or wherever they can, have their phone or their laptop or whatever it is that they're watching. And then one of our coaches takes the class, and it's a lot of fun.
That's amazing. So, how do one get involved? Do you need to buy products? Do you need to just get in? How, maybe just share, how do we get involved?
Well, for the fitness class, that's just a free class for anybody to join. You don't have to be buying products or anything. And then if you would like to, maybe try out the products, we would love you to. And yeah, I would just contact Nomi on her messenger, and she will guide you from there. Um, and basically, yeah, she will be able to, she'll chat to you first about your goals, what it is you're looking for, because then she can advise you on what you should start with. You know, we don't just sort of sell products. That's not what we do. You buy a product, yes, but it's much more important, you know, for us first to find out what you want, what are your goals, what are you looking for, and then guide you in terms of, you know, what's going to suit you best. Who knows? So yeah, you could definitely get involved like that. We've also got a very real need for, I don't know if it's I can mention it, the opportunity. Am I allowed to do that, Naomi?
Yes.
Don't know. Yeah. So if anybody is interested, you know, we can. Is this a private Facebook group? Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah. So there's, if anybody wants to know about that, you can also chat to us as well, because yeah, we need to help a lot of people in this country and all over the world. There's too many unhealthy people.
You know, so they can actually inbox you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really, what do you
Oh,
think? No, that's the best thing to do. Hey, private messenger.
Yes.
yeah. I would like to invite the viewers, if there's any question that you want to ask, this is the time I'll give you for some questions. You can just type it in before we bring the program to a closure. Any questions? Maybe Leah, you have the opportunity to ask it here. Otherwise, you can always inbox Alison or Naomi. Yeah, any closing remarks while we wait, if there's going to be any questions? Any closing remarks from you, Naomi?
I just like to say that there's no better time than to start now. You know, sometimes we want to postpone and say, now I'll do it tomorrow. But I think, you know, we all have opportunity to start now and change our lifestyle in whatever way, in whatever form, whatever your goals are. Today is the day that you can start and make it better. Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Alison, anything else you want to say in closing?
Yeah, no, just thank you so much for the opportunity to chat and share our passion and, you know, our love for wanting to help people. Yeah, as I said, it's about the closest thing I could come to being a doctor. Is working,
That's
you know,
amazing.
trying to prevent illness. Really, that's probably my biggest passion, is to teach health. But yeah, I just say to everybody, you know, just if you feel like there's something there that's stirring you and that you think, you know, it's time to take more notice of your own health, maybe now's the time, and you know, just reach out, and there are helping hands ready to help you walk your journey. And you won't be walking it alone. You're always going to be walking it with your partner, your accountability partner, and your you know, the people in the community as well, who actually become like your best friends in the end as well, because your health is so important. And you know, your health is your wealth. That's, if we don't have our health, we don't have much else, you know, in any good way, really. You know, it's really we can have the most beautiful home and, you know, amazing everything, but if we're not well, life's quite tough.
Yeah.
So make it a priority. That's what I would say. Make your health a priority.
Yeah. No, it has really been awesome talking to you. And I just want to thank you for your time, Naomi and Alison, for taking out the time and just chatting with us. I see Naomi just posted her number there. If anybody's interested to get in contact about health goals and fitness, she's more than welcome just to, she's open to share with you and just assist you and all of that. So thank you so much for sharing with us. I think these kind of talks are very important because it pushes you in the right direction. I want to thank all the viewers that has tuned in tonight and just enjoy this platform. Um, I know if you start to take this health issues serious, we're going to live a much better life. So me personally, I also need assistance in this. So uh, it has really been a good program. I've been making a lot of notes. It is just, we also know it's a lot of hard work, but as you said, if you can team up with people, then you don't feel so alone in this, and then it becomes much easier. So I want to thank you for your time and for being with us tonight.
Thank you so
So
much.
yeah, kindly inbox people, Naomi and Allison. You can kindly inbox them for more questions or so. Yes, Naomi, you wanted to say something?
I just want to say thank you again for this platform. We really appreciate it. And yes, just like Alison said, it's such a privilege to help other people reaching their goals and see their lives transformed.
Yeah, that's
Such a
great.
beautiful platform, Elvira. Congratulations. It's really a lovely, lovely place.
Yeah, thank you, Alison. So good night, Alison and Naomi, and maybe who knows? We're gonna meet up, and maybe I'll start. I'll get somebody to assist me, maybe my husband, and we can look better at our health. So thank you so much, and good evening for those that have just tuned in tonight. So next week, I'll be having a speaker that will speak on relationship with God. He is Wilson Huda from Durban. And then I'll have Devalo speaking on finances and business. So exciting stuff coming up. All right. Have a lovely evening. And thank you once again. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.